Have you ever wondered just what happens after you click buy on Amazon? You're about to find out. Let Amazon Tours take you inside a fulfillment center. Join us and let us take you on a journey across our vast network of innovative technologies, including some of the most adorable robots you'll ever see. Millions and millions of products accessible with the click of a button. And our incredible employees who make what seems impossible, possible. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your Amazon Fulfillment Center tour. We hope it makes you smile.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Amazon Fulfillment Center virtual tour. My name is Kate, and I am broadcasting here from my site in the state of New Jersey that is called EWR4. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world is that? Well, we at Amazon name all of our buildings after local international airports. And EWR is named after the Newark Liberty International Airport in Newark, New Jersey, and we are the fourth building named after that airport. The next time you get a package from Amazon, check the lower left-hand corner of your shipping label. You may find airport codes there and be able to learn how far your package has traveled to make it to your doorstep. It's pretty fun. Now, it will not be just me on this tour today. I will be joined by some of my colleagues from around the world, and you're going to meet them shortly as we take you behind the scenes to show you how we deliver your package to you. Now, I'm sure you're going to have questions, and if you do, feel free to drop them in the question box on your screen. It may be in a different place depending on what type of device you're using to view us on today. After the tour, one of my colleagues will do their best to answer as many questions as possible that you asked during the tour. If for some reason this video feed pauses or freezes or you need to refresh, just refresh that browser and it should fix any sort of issues you might be having. All right, are you excited to see inside? I'm excited to show you. All of our buildings are divided into two main areas that we call inbound and outbound. Inbound is the process by which we receive products into our fulfillment centers. That takes up of inbound, receive, and stow. Outbound begins with you, our customer. When you click buy, then we are able to pick and pack and ship out your product to you, all from inside of the building that looks just like this. We cannot wait to show you. So to kick things off, I am going to send you on a journey to meet one of my colleagues, and they are going to start the process off for you at our inbound receive. Have fun.
Hello everyone, well I must say ciao, my name is Fede and I'm streaming from Italy. My site is called TRN1 and we are located close to the beautiful city of Turin. Here in this fulfillment center we will only handle small and medium products and we are going to help actually by the Amazon robotics technology. But where am I right now? I am in our inbound department, which is going to be our very first stop of our journey today on this tour. So here we're going to take care of the trucks that are coming throughout the whole day on scheduled appointment, and we are going to unload them thanks to the docks bay. Once the trucks have been unloaded, we're going to take care, of course, of the single pallet. We're going to open it and we're going to take the single box one by one and we're going to place them on those big conveyor belts that you can see actually behind me. What might surprise you though is that over the 50% of everything, all of the products that you're going to see today throughout the whole tour are not directly owned by Amazon, but are products coming from our 3P sellers, which are part of what we call the FBA program, the Fulfilled by Amazon program. So next time that you're gonna go on our website, you might also be ordering something, you can notice some sold by and fulfilled by information. If you see sold by a vendor but fulfilled by Amazon, this means that That product is part of the FBA actually program. So let's now going to give a closer look to the receive process, because you have seen the big paper boxes here behind me, and these boxes, thanks to those conveyor belts, are traveling to the single receive working station, where we're going to meet Gabriella. Ciao Gabriella, thank you so much for your support. So Gabriella is taking care of the receive process. So she's literally going to open the big paper boxes that you can see on those conveyor belts. She's going to move them on her working station, and she will start the process by opening that box. She will then take the very first item, and she will start scanning the single barcode of the single item. If she checks that everything is okay, so she does the 6 side check, so she checks the single item on the 6 sides, and she sees there is no damage, everything is okay, she's gonna place the item inside these big black boxes, which are called totes. She will do that one by one, and once the tote is full, she will literally just push the tote, which is going to travel thanks to another conveyor belt to the next step of our journey, which is the store process, because now we have received the goods, but we will need to store them away, to put them away in our big shelves and let them become officially part of our inventory. So next step is going to be the store process. Thank you, Gabriella.
Welcome back, friends. We are now at stow. So what you've learned is that we start at receive, we bring those products in the building, and then we have to stow them away. So I'm here with Emmeline. Hello, how are you? And she is going to be stowing, so you can all watch. So stowing is the act of putting products away. Simple as that. We take the items that are brought to the station, we scan their barcode, and we place them on one of the shelving units on one of these items that are called pods. Now, we do it a little differently than they do at other places, though. We don't actually have departments here at Amazon. We don't separate our items. We actually put everything everywhere. And that works for us because we carry such a wide variety of items. So this is how it works. Emmeline scans into the containers that are on her rack, whether that be a yellow tote or a corrugate container or a box. And the system will be able to tell the size of the items that she has in her containers. So it will actually send her the appropriate size shelves to stow those items away. We have small shelves and larger shelves. Everything in this building is going to be smaller than 25 pounds and 18 inches. So our shelves go up to 18 inches in length. She will put the smaller items on the smaller shelves and the larger items in the larger area to be sure not to bury any small items under any large ones. We do have a couple rules. We can't put heavy items on the top shelves. We don't want anything to tip over. And we can't put similar items on the same shelf to avoid mistakes happening later. But other than that, Emmeline gets to decide exactly where everything goes. So she's making these decisions. If she can't reach a shelf, she has a ladder right here that can assist her. And she also has a scanner overhead, so she can actually hold the items with 2 hands as she's stowing them. When she scans them and places them on the shelf, the system will detect the location of that item and automatically update the storage of that item to that location, effectively creating a physical and digital match in the system and allowing that item, you guessed it, to be ordered by you at home. It's pretty awesome. Now, when I say everything is everywhere, we have 4 floors of storage here at EWR4. That means that we can have items on the 1st floor, on the 4th floor, all over the building. So when you order a really popular item, we're not just picking it out from one area. We have it stored everywhere. All right. So now that you've learned how we put the items away, it's time to learn how we use technology to our benefit in storing these items, and again later, how we pick them back out. So thank you, Emmeline, so much. And I'm going to send you on a journey to one of my other colleagues to learn a little bit more about the technology that powers all of this.
Hi everyone, thank you and welcome to Man 1, which is our building located in Manchester in the northwest of England. My name is Hannah and I'm the tour leader based here at this building. Now, I'm really excited to introduce you to some of the most helpful robots that you will ever get to meet. Now, behind me, you can see our robots in action. They're the orange and black drive units moving those yellow towers around that are full of inventory. Now, after you've clicked buy on Amazon's website, the information of your order is going to be sent to our systems. And based on your location and selected shipping method, the system will then locate the specific item that we're going to send to you. And we're going to send that order to a fulfillment centre just like the one that we are in right now to be picked, packed and shipped out to your front door. Now, once we receive that order, the robots are going to seek out and lift the pod containing the product and take it to what we call a pick station. And we're going to go and have a look at a pick station shortly. But before we do that, our pods are pretty special, aren't they? And they serve as mobile floating shells and contain everything from AirPods to Zaflora disinfectant. Now, whilst it might look like those robots are moving those pods all around the floor and they're having a very merry dance, well, there's no technology in the pods, so we're relying on the robots to know exactly where they are and where they're moving to next. And they do this by reading a series of 2D barcodes. So each of our robots is fitted with a scanner underneath and it's looking for that barcode, scanning one barcode and moving on to the next, scanning another barcode. And this maps out a unique route for it to travel around the floor, avoiding, other robot traffic when they're out there. Now, one of the questions we get asked a lot on our tours is what happens if something falls from one of these pods? So in the event that that does happen, we rely on our brilliant team of Amnesty responders. Now, our Amnesty responders can enter safely into the robotics field by wearing one of our safety vests. Now, this isn't any old safety vest. In fact, Amazon put in almost $10 million into the development of it. And the vest uses artificial intelligence and enhanced communication signals to send messages to the robots in the area where our employee is located. Now, once the robots receive that message, they will slow down, reroute and move away from that location, keeping that individual safe, meaning that we can keep the operational flow of the floor running safely as well. And also we can retrieve that item from the floor, take it out of the floor, and then get that back into our stock rotation. Now, this safety vest is just one of a prime example of Amazon's many safety innovations over the years. And we're continuously working on different avenues. Now, we know our employees come to work and expect to feel both psychologically and physically safe. And so we've invested more than $1 billion into various safety projects and schemes over the years since 2019. And in fact, we'll spend another $550 million this year alone. Now, over in Europe, we've got a dedicated innovation lab, which is over in Italy, and it's tasked with developing new technologies just like the vest. Now, this is to further enhance our employees' experience and our workplace safety. Now, since the European Advanced Technology Team's creation, more than 550 new pieces of technology have been introduced, and more than $400 million has been invested across Amazon fulfillment centres in Europe alone. Now, did you know that our Amnesty responders don't need to know anything about robots when they start work here at Amazon? We provide all on-the-job training. And if you wanted to go further in your education, Amazon has a resource available. Now, this is a recent announcement also where we have committed to funding a further 1.2 billion to fund full college tuition fees for our frontline employees. Now that you've clicked buy, the system's calculated the most efficient way for the item to get to you. And it's also assigned it to the fulfillment centre. So let's go and see how that job is now picked. I'm going to send you over to our next process, pick, where you're going to see how our robots, we're going to bring that pod to our next workstation.
All right, friends, welcome back. We are at the pick station, and I am here with Lakeisha. Hello, hi. And she's going to show us how we pick out live customer orders. Okay, so let's pretend, or let's say we have a guest on our tour today. His name is Greg. Let's pretend that Greg ordered a deck of cards, and I'm going to show you exactly how we retrieve that item for our customers. So when you click buy, we locate that deck of cards out there on the floor, and we use our robotics to lift up the shelf where the deck of cards is living, and we bring it over to Lakeisha. And then she picks it out. But she has some help. So up there, she has a computer screen that shows her a photo, a video, and a written description of that deck of cards. So she picks it out, she scans it underneath an overhead scanner, and she places it into one of these yellow totes here. She also has extra help. There is actually a light that shines down and illuminates on the exact shelf where the item is located, so she can find it with ease and with accuracy. She's also working really safely. All of our workstations are designed with ergonomics in mind. Amazon actually has a team of ergonomists that work on making sure that employees are working in their central power zone. It helps them avoid injury and work safe. Now, back to what she's doing. She's going to put the item in the tote, but she's actually picking for multiple customers at the same time. And we're going to sort those items into batches in these totes. The totes will fill by weight or by volume, and then all she has to do is push it into the machine. She doesn't have to lift it. She doesn't have to take it anywhere. She pushes it into that machine. It gets carried across miles of conveyance to our pack department. Now, I know you're all really excited to see how we pack our items, so I'm going to send you on a journey to meet one of my colleagues, and you can learn all about how we pack your items. Enjoy!
Once you've clicked the Buy Now button on the Amazon website, the information will go into our system, telling the robots which item you have ordered and where it's located. The robot will then pick up the yellow shelving unit called a pod with your item in it and take it to one of our workstations. These small but mighty robots can lift and carry around 1,500 pounds or 680 kilograms. That's about the weight of a cow. Once the pod arrives at one of our ergonomic workstations, an Amazon employee will pick the ordered item from the pod and place it in a tote. All stations are equipped with technology to help employees by displaying visual aids of what item to pick, where to put it, and when to send the tote of items to the next department. Totes travel from one department to another on conveyor belts. Some fulfillment centers have upwards of 26 miles or 40 kilometers of them. The tote barcode will be constantly scanned throughout its journey on the conveyor belts to reach the correct destination, a designated pack station. Welcome to Pack. Your products have safely arrived and are ready to be packaged.
Hello, welcome back to TRN1, welcome back to my side. And as you can see right now, the background looks a little bit different. That's because I moved to a new area of the building and I'm standing in front of one of our pack single station. And today with me, I have Carmen. Ciao, Carmen. Thank you so much for your support. Carmen is actually packing our customer's order. But before giving a closer look to what the process looks like, I would like you to notice that she's actually wearing gloves. Gloves are part of what we call PPE, or personal protective equipment. In Amazon, we love acronyms. We have more than 500 acronyms, which describes many different things, such as areas of the building, machines that we have inside our fulfillment center, or also safety equipment. Inside our buildings, we literally have vending machines full of protective equipment, such as box opener, earplugs, high visibility vests, whatever we might need to work in a safe environment. Because for us, for Amazon, safety first. You will just need to scan your badge and you will get whatever you need, of course, for free. Now, let's talk about the process. The whole process starts by Carmen receiving a tote of the conveyor. So you can notice the tote on her left. Then she will take the very first item and she will scan the barcode of the single item. Let's, for example, think about a box of pencil. As soon as she scanned the barcode, the system on the little screen that she has on the top left of her working station will suggest her which is the best box that we need to use for that specific item. But how does the system know which box we need to use, for example, for that box of pencil? That's because the very first time a new item comes into our inventory, we will record its size and its weight. We will then store all this information inside our big database, and this information that I just mentioned will be super useful in many different steps of the journey inside our fulfillment center. But for example, here at the pack station, will be super useful to help and suggest the best box for my colleague Carmen. Pretty useful and pretty cool as well. Well, let's go back now to the process. You can see Carmen right now doing this, so we will not to start building the box, and we will start from the very bottom of the box, and to close the box, we will use a very special tape, and actually a very special machine, which is called the water tape machine. I said that the tape itself is pretty special because it's water activated. As soon as the tape, it's paper recycled tape, pass through the machine, a little bit of water will be applied, and this will make the tape a little bit sticky. But don't worry, the water doesn't dry immediately, so we have a couple of seconds to adjust it in case we made any mistakes lying it. Once the box is sealed up from the bottom, we will add the item inside, and in case we have any extra space left inside the box, we will add a little bit of this material. It's paper recycled material again. It's called Damage. Then we will seal up the box also on the top, and the box is almost ready to be placed back onto the conveyor. We will just need to do a very last but a very important step. We will scan and apply a special barcode, which is called the SP00 label, or spool label, as we like to call it inside our fulfillment center. The spool label works a little bit like a sort of a license plate for the cars. So we will match all the information related related to the item, that we've just packed, with the customer that has ordered that specific item. That's why license plate for the cars. Once this label has been applied and scanned, the box is ready to be placed back onto the conveyor, and it's going to travel to the next step of our journey today, which is the SLAM machine. Don't worry, SLAM is just an acronym, and you will understand why in a second. Enjoy the journey. Thank you, Carmen.
Hi, welcome back to me, Hannah, here at Man One. Well, I'm stood in our SLAM area, and SLAM stands for Scan, Label, Apply, Manifest. And you can see one of our SLAM lines behind me here. Now, we use this very special machine to create our shipping labels that have all of your shipping details on, as well as your address details. Now, remember that spool label that we just applied at pack? Well, right here, you can see it being scanned. Now, once it's scanned, the system will match what's inside to your customer details and bounce that information right over here to our labeling machine. Here, the shipping label is created, and then these robotic arms that you can see, well, they're going to apply the address label. But for any Eagle Eye viewers, you might just be able to see that those robotic arms don't touch the parcels. There's a little whoosh, and that's a gust of compressed air actually blowing the labels onto the packages as they glide underneath. Now, back at this point, what we're also doing is utilising this area as our final quality check. And what that means is we're weighing every single package as it travels over the conveyor, and the system is checking that it weighs what we're expecting it to weigh. If there's anything that doesn't match up, maybe something weighs too much or too little, we don't send it on any further than this process. It gets a different type of label applied to it, and it's actually just kicked out of SLAM a little further along. And then we've got a brilliant team of problem solvers who investigate what the issue is. Now, this is also the same if you cancel your order. We don't send it on any further than this point. Again, it'll get a special label applied here. We'll kick it out, and then our quality team will work to ensure we get those products back into our stock rotation as quickly as possible. Now we need to hurry and make sure we get all these packages down to our shipping area so that we can get them onto those waiting trucks. Now, before we head down there, I'm going to send you on a short journey just for a recap of everything that you've seen up to this point. So enjoy, and I'll see you a little later on.
Now that your order is packed, it begins its journey on the ship sorter. The SP00 or spool label that was attached to the package earlier at pack serves as a license plate. It contains all the information about your order, including your selected delivery speed. Our clever systems will calculate the most efficient way to get the package to you and generate the relevant shipping label, which will be applied at SLAM. Also at SLAM, your package will be scanned and weighed to ensure that the weight matches the items you have ordered. It'll then continue its journey on the shipping sorter, which will read the information about your package and divert it to the correct chute. In the ship department, an employee will receive your package and place it in a cart, which will be safely secured and loaded onto a truck. Your package is ready to leave the fulfillment center to arrive on your doorstep very shortly.
Hello, friends. Welcome back. We are in arguably my favorite part of the fulfillment center. This is the outbound dock. And what this means is that all of the packages have been boxed up, properly labeled, and are ready to make their way to your doorstep. Now, here on the outbound dock is the final process inside of the fulfillment center. Above and behind me is our shipping sorter upstairs. That shipping sorter is a long conveyor that sorts all of the packages after they've gone through the SLAM process by local, regional, and national destination. It sends the packages down these chutes where they make their way to conveyors that extend into the back of 53-foot trailers on our outbound dock. The dock doors open up. These conveyors extend all the way into the back of those trailers so our employees can walk less steps to get to the boxes that need to get on the trucks. Now, down here on the dock, or at the dock, we load our trucks in a multitude of ways. First, we follow a process called fluid loading, where we take all the boxes and we stack them in the back of the trucks into walls like we're playing a game of Tetris. So not only are we working hard, but we're also having fun. And then we also use things like carts, pallets, and corrugate containers to store some of the smaller, lighter packages that are going to make their way on the truck with those boxes. Once the trucks are full, we shut our bay doors and we send the trucks on their way. But they're not going to your house just yet. They're going to make a pit stop, and they're going to go to one of our sort centers or delivery stations first, where we'll break them down into smaller batches. Think about zip codes or postcodes and neighborhoods. And then we'll put those packages onto smaller vehicles that can actually fit down your street. Speaking of vehicles on your street, you may have noticed a pretty cool new electric vehicle rolling around town with an Amazon logo on it, and that's because we have a new fleet of fully electric vans. We are actually set to have over 100,000 of them on the roads delivering packages to you by 2030. We've already started in some areas, so if you've seen them out there in the wild, that's pretty cool. And they have a suite of safety features as well for our drivers. Huge shout out to our drivers. They work so hard to make sure that your packages get to you on time. And we don't only just use Amazon delivery vehicles. We also work with third-party carriers to deliver your packages as well. And what I'd love to do for you right now is play a video for you that shows you to what amazing lengths our delivery partners are willing to go to make sure that our customers receive their smiling packages. Enjoy your video.
Let's go up.
You will never find anything else like the Grand Canyon. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world, and this is unlike any other place you will ever live at.
Phantom Ranch is an oasis at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. From the South Rim where we're sitting, Bright Angel Trail takes you down to Phantom Ranch. It's about 9 miles. There are no roads, so it's critical to have the mules going to Phantom Ranch. The packers ensure that there are materials for our guests down there, as well as the employees that live throughout the year.
We bring down pretty much anything that Phantom Ranch might need. So we'll supply the steak dinners that the guests eat. We'll supply toilet paper and towels. Amazon packages get delivered to our big purchasing warehouse, and the packages going down at the bottom of the canyon get brought to the main barn. The biggest reason why we get ready so early is to beat the heat. Down at the bottom of the canyon, it can be 25 to 30 degrees hotter than up here. On average for us, it takes about 4 hours to get down. The great thing about mules is they're half horse and they're half donkey, so you definitely get a little bit of personality from both their parents. The more you take them down, the more they memorize the trail. Most of the mules that we have at this point could probably walk the trail with their eyes closed. They're one of the most sure-footed animals.
Let's go, everyone. Let's walk. Come here. Step up.
Getting down to the very bottom of the canyon, you see the Colorado River rushing through these huge rocks around you. And the mules, they definitely pick up their pace once we cross the bridge because they know we're almost to Phantom.
The supplies that our mule team brings down are a critical part of making sure that life can exist down at the bottom comfortably and happily. Having a service like Amazon available to employees, especially in a place as remote as Phantom Ranch, is fantastic.
Everybody every week is ordering different things, either outdoor gear or snacks or whatever they need from Amazon. And whenever we show up, they're like, do you have our packages? We got something from Amazon. Did you bring it down? They're like, yep, we got it right here.
It honestly makes me feel a little bit important to be able to give these people not only what they need, but also what they want.
All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to your Q&A. I'm so happy you're here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tony. I'm the tour manager here at Amazon MSP1, a fulfillment center located in the state of Minnesota. And I'm on the outbound dock, and I am here to answer some of the questions that have been put in the chat during this lovely tour with me and my colleagues from all around the world. Well, I'm going to get in this question chat. You're going to see me look away from the camera at times because I do have to read the questions that are on the screen, and then I'll come back over here and let you know. So first, let me get into this chat, and here we have a first one from Naomi. How do you move from an associate to a process assistant? Are there extra responsibilities you can take to stand out to get promoted? Well, I love this question because me and my fellow tour leaders, we've all been promoted either once or twice here at Amazon. And so the way to stand out, let's say an associate, they are human beings that work here in the fulfillment center, are pick packers and shippers, and a process assistant is going to be one above that, starting to be an assistant manager to the managers of the area. So my suggestion to you is go up and ask. Have you asked your manager, hey, I want to get promoted here at Amazon, and what steps do I need to take in order to get there? Tell everybody at Amazon that you want to be promoted. You know, a lot of our even senior managers here in Minnesota started as temps and have worked their way up probably about 5 promotions over the years here at Amazon. So my suggestion is A, tell everybody at Amazon you want to get promoted, and then take on extra responsibilities as a tier 1 associate and learn different ways to help out the business. And that turns into you taking on more here at work, which then will then lead into that promotion, right? So my suggestion to you is tell everybody at Amazon you want to be promoted, and then put in a little bit of hard work to do some extra things besides the job that you're doing to get promoted. I love that. Thank you for asking that. The question next is, if a customer orders multiple things, how does the process ensure that all the items are packaged into one package. Yes, so it's a really great question there. So what you saw on camera today was what we called pack singles. That is one item in one box. But we do here inside of these fulfillment centers multiple items in one box. So on the other side of the building where the robots are here in Minnesota, we can pick one from all 4 floors. It can be sent to the multi-pack area, and then it will make its way into one box, which it's going to be packed the exact same way what you saw. Everything is just separated when it comes to packing. Packs, singles, smalls, mediums, larges, mailer bags, and multi-pack is all going to be separated throughout the building. The actual pack part itself is going to be exactly what you saw on camera. It's just with multiples, it has to go through some other channels to make sure that it makes its way in one box. But we do that here in the building, and it's in a whole nother process, but the packing is going to be the same. All right, somebody's saying, can I get a copy of this tour? So on our YouTube channel, Amazon Tours YouTube channel, we have recorded this tour. So you can go to that YouTube channel and you can watch. Also, there's another way that you can watch this tour. Amazon Future Engineers.com, we've recorded this tour for kids. So this tour is in there with Kahoot, where they answer questions throughout the tour. It is recorded. You want to have somebody like me answering questions in a chat, but it is recorded for everybody to watch that tour on Amazon Future Engineers. Also, these tours are live. Yes, these tours are live. All around the world, we do have sites where you can come in person to see us. There's many different sites throughout the globe that you can come to see us, but you got to go to AmazonTours.com and find where we are live. Next question from Mr. Adam. He's asking, how many total fulfillment centers does Amazon have globally? Let me start there. How many total fulfillment centers does Amazon have globally? So we have more than 380 of these buildings worldwide, with a little more than 110 in North America. Now, the rest of the question is, are there fulfillment centers in each continent? That one I'm not sure about, but I can tell you that from right here in Minnesota, we can deliver to 185 countries around the world. So I'm not sure if Amazon's in every continent. I just don't know. I know more about Minnesota than all around the world with Amazon. What I can tell you is there's 380 FCs around the world, 110 in North America, and we sure can ship to all around the world. Thank you, Adam, for your question. Yes, so this is a great question. How and when and how do you differentiate between prime purchases and non-prime purchases? Thank you. Well, you're welcome. So inside of these fulfillment centers is what we declare as everything is prime eligible. If it is here, we can get it to you in 2 days or less. Now, we do here at Amazon have other buildings to take care of that speedier delivery, maybe a couple hours. So that's called a same-day delivery, and I'm so proud of this. I just got my fastest delivery ever in Minnesota, 1 hour and 10 minutes. That was the fastest that I ever happened. But that's in another building here in the Twin Cities. You know, here in the Twin Cities, we have about 10 buildings to operate Amazon fulfillment. So same day is where you push by at 8 in the morning, and it usually can be delivered by 4. That's going to be another building. But the question going back to prime and non-prime, everything in this building is prime eligible. Sometimes where we'll see non-prime eligible as if like myself, if I sell on Amazon, Tony is selling toothpaste, my company, and I'm shipping it from my own home, well, then it may not be prime eligible because Tony's company has to ship it on his own, right? And they may not have the technology that around us, which we have, and we guarantee in these buildings. So when you're shopping, you can see sold by and shipped by Amazon. Generally, that would be where that 2 days or less is going to come from. But always just toggle there. We have lots of small and medium-sized businesses that can do that. You just have to toggle and filter out when do you need it by, and then it'll show you all those options of who can get it to there in time. But the technology will push all through those prime items first. So the technology, the algorithm will make sure that things need to leave on time. Well, we call it CPTs, customer promise time. So the computer needs to make sure that it leaves at a certain time. And so we have teams that are making sure that we are hitting that customer promise time, that it has to be on the truck at this time to arrive by somebody's door at this time, right? Great. All right, my friends, I got to go back in here and read. Oh, this is a good one. So how long does it typically take for an order to be picked and taken to the shipping area? So unfortunately, I won't be able to give you the exact math on that one. I'm so sorry, but I can give you, hours. It will take hours to get there in a fulfillment center like this. Now, our quickest delivery ever done at Amazon was a half hour, and the delivery was done by drone. But as you heard me talk before, Prime eligibility items could come from what we call a sub same day building, which it's a miniature version of this, and the deliveries are done by car. So human beings, part of our Flex program, will deliver that. Where here it's going to be all semis, but the quickest from click to the truck, it's going to be about hours. That's as much as I can say on that one. Thank you for asking that question. This is a fun question. Thank you, Matt. What's the craziest robot story you have? Oh, Matt, I don't have any crazy robot stories. I love that. Well, it's technology, and technology can fail, right? So we have to have people here to fix that. I'm going to be very honest. I've been here 5.5 years, and I don't see a lot of the robots that you saw today on tour do anything really crazy. The crazy things that I've seen is like them just get stuck and they just go in squares. So they just keep reading those QR codes and they just go in squares, and then somebody has to go on the floor, basically kind of reset it, just like we do a computer, where you just reset your computer, you turn it back on, and then it kind of works. Now, that's the extent of, I know, I'm sorry, Matt, you probably wanted a juicier story than that, but that's all I really have. I'm trying to think of any other here in Minnesota about our technology. You got me thinking. No, there's really not too much. With those robots, we have a whole team of people working on site 24 hours to make sure those robots really don't do that stuff. We have technicians making sure that they're up to speed. The robots will tell us actually if they have issues. So we're seeing right now in Minnesota to 0 to 2 are going down unpredicted for us because it's predictive maintenance inside of that robotic system. So good question, Matt. Sorry I don't have anything juicier than that, but it's a good question. Okay, so what tells the Amazon employee the item scanned is incorrect at the pick station? Great question. I really love this. So, my friends, when we pick an item and we scan it, there's a scanner above our head. There's a computer screen that says what we need to pick. So, it'll say toothpaste 1B. If I grab a CD and I scan it, the system will go, and it will turn red on the screen. It's telling us that I don't have the right item. Even if the person were to put it into that tote and hit that button, it would not move forward. The whole robotic system will not move forward until we have the right item. So it's a visual cue of the computer turning from green means good, you picked it, to red means it's the wrong item. And the system won't even allow me to move forward if I pick the wrong one. So we'd have to put that CD back, or we can put it to the side so a problem solver can get it back in the right place. But if we pick the right item, scan it, put it in the tote, if we hit that green button that's flashing and the robot moves, we know we have the right item. That's a good question. Thank you, someone that asked that. Okay, so here's a big question. Sorry, I'm reading it, everyone. It says, sounds like you have quite a system in place. I imagine things don't go always according to plan. What are some typical problems that need to be solved by process assistants and the kind of decisions they need to make? Yeah, that's a really great one. Well, we need to make decisions on the fly here at Amazon because we got to get it to you in 2 days or less. But the decisions that I see that need to be made, a lot of times within the system, are kind of simple. Jams. We get a lot of jams where do I have any conveyor belts behind me right now? Like this one right here. Things will get jammed, and then we need to shut that portion down so that behind it, what's coming behind it, we don't keep piling on top of it. So I'd say the right now need is, so the question, what are process assistants? What are the kind of decisions they need to make? Well, they need to make questions with staffing and also with conveyor belt jams and other things like that. But my personal opinion is lots of system plates, things going unplanned, yeah, I think we need to escalate up accordingly and get our partners that would be involved. It's kind of a really big question. I'm trying to narrow it to one specific problem. I'm just because I'm looking at conveyor belts in front of me is jams. Jams happen, and we would need to clear the jam. And if it's too big, then we need to call in, our tech teams that can take care of the conveyor belts themselves. We are not open 24 hours a day here in Minnesota. We close at 4 a.m. and reopen at 6 a.m. So a lot of the conveyor belts, a lot of the fixing will happen there. So I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of stuff doesn't go technically down during the day. It's a really good question. I've kind of gave you kind of an answer. I'm sorry. I could go many places with that. Thank you for asking it. I am going to keep moving on. How are we doing with time? We are at time. Going to answer a couple more questions. Okay, so a lot of workstations that only showed one person. How do teams work at fulfillment centers? So that's great. So yeah, a lot of the stations that you're seeing here in Amazon are single serve stations. A pack station is just one person packing. But what you didn't see on tour today is that there's 20 stations all in a row, right? So the conveyor belt will come down here, and then everybody's working on either side of it. So how do the teams work together? Well, it would be an individual person is going to pack by themselves. A picker is going to pick by themselves. A storer is going to stow by themselves. So teams working together would be our managers would need to work together with their teams because a lot of jobs are individual. Or what we see on the dock as a lot of teams palletizing or getting into a trailer and packing out a truck will need to come together. Another big open-ended question, kind of, it depends on what we're talking about. Are you organized into different squads? Yes. So we have our pickers, our packers, our slam operators. The teams are broken up based off of the job in which they do. So we have our inbound and outbound. We have our pickers, our packers, our stores. So they're all organized based off of one function or job that needs to be done. All right, I'm just going to keep going. I know we're at time, but there's so many questions. I want to try to get to a lot of them. So this one, how much does Amazon rely on the robotic technology? What percentage do you rely on? It's a really good question. I do get asked a lot, and I don't have the best answer for you of number of percentage of technology to humans. We need both. We need both to work together as a team. Here in Minnesota, we have more than 3,000 people that work for this building and thousands of robotics. I've been here for 5 years, and we've actually increased the number of people in this site. Used to be around 1,500. Now we can hit to about 4,000 people in this building at our busiest times. But what I see in the future of Amazon, I see a lot more technology making sure jobs are safer. A lot making sure we're not bending and rotating. The technology that I see coming into Amazon is still working with human beings, but making the jobs safer, quicker, and more efficient is what I see. So that's a really great question. Thank you. So the question is, I've created a seller account. Now what? How do I start selling? What's the first step? So unfortunately, I don't have any visibility into that. I'm sorry. Selling does not take place here inside of these buildings. It is on what you're saying, Seller Central, and I don't have any visibility into helping you there. But Seller University is where you start, and in there will give you all of that info that you need. I'm sorry that I don't have the info for you, but there should be a help system within that to help you out. Okay, I'm going to round up one more thing. What does SLAM stand for? Scan, label, apply, manifest. And here I'm going to take this as the last one, everybody. Has the system ever completely shut down? So in my 5.5 years, this building has shut down twice, unpredicted, that we weren't planning on, and it wasn't our fault. Outside, twice now, somebody has run into the generators outside off of our property, which shut this building down, and we were down for about 3 hours. That is the only time in my 5.5 years that I've ever seen this building go down unpredicted. As per like conveyor belts and stuff, the longest time I've seen is about 45 minutes at these conveyor belts. That's like a lot for us. We're like, oh, we got to get it done. So we get it done on time and we get it to our customers. But generally, things don't shut down because, again, we close at 4 to 6 time to do a lot of preventative maintenance. Well, that is it, everybody. Thanks for joining me and my fellow tour leaders on your tour today. I really appreciate it. After this, you're going to get a survey. We would love some call outs. Who was your favorite? Let us know. There's going to be a chat that says, how can we improve this tour? We love to hear that Tony did great, Fede did great, Hannah did great, Kate did great. Well, what made us great? How about improvements? Tony could improve by doing this. Tony could improve by doing that. Or this whole tour, what can we improve on? What do you want to see different? What do you want to see more? What do you want to see less? Let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it. With that, thanks for joining us on your Amazon Fulfillment Center tour. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, my friends.